Video games have been a part of our culture for over 50 years. The first video game was Tennis for Two, created in October of 1958 by physicist William Higginbotham. From then on, video games have evolved both functionally and graphically. The focus and reason of this documentary is to prove from my research and interviews that playing video games can have a positive impact on people's lives. The research I collected states that playing 3D video games increases memory capacity. A 2015 study in the Journal of Neuroscience showed that participants who played the video game Super Mario 3D World had improvement on memory tests. Playing video games can also lead to brain matter increase. In 2014, there was a study published in Molecular Psychiatry by researchers from the Max Planck Institute in Germany that found that playing the video game Super Mario 64 caused an increase in the brain regions, including the portions responsible for spatial orientation, memory formation, strategic planning, and fine motor skills. The subjects interviewed for this documentary are Lance Farrar, Gabe Suarez, and Jordan Green. What got you into playing video games?
Yeah, I've been playing video games all my life, since I was like 2 or 3, and maybe even before I moved to America for the first time.
Do you think that playing video games can help as a stress reliever?
It definitely works as an escape, an outlet for escapism. Before this interview, I was just playing Animal Crossing, the new Animal Crossing that came out this year, and it's definitely one of the best or most known games for escapism and stress relief, and just a really calm game that'll just help you out and just just make you forget about reality for a bit. And that goes to show that video games could very well relieve stress and whatnot, and video games could help people learn more factors and things in general about life and just anything really. Like I said earlier, video games could be used as a method of escapism, and like I said, beyond just escapism, there are other utilities and uses for video games. It could be used as a way to learn about just things about life. For one example, could be Dark Souls. As I mentioned earlier, it is a very hard game, and it's one of the main reasons why the game is hard is to build a growth mindset in an individual where, I am losing the game a lot of times, and because I'm losing said game a lot of times, I am learning from those experiences. So in terms of how to hurdle over a situation, a game like Dark Souls teaches you how to get over a situation by failure. So, like I said, video games could teach you in that way to hurdle over failure via growth.
Have you ever thought video games have had a negative influence on your life?
Negative influence. Aside from the fact that, I do spend a lot of money on games, so it does shift my priorities a little bit. I still prioritize other stuff in my life, of course. That's important, but I do spend a lot of money on that, so in some cases I don't get to experience other stuff.
What got you into playing video games?
Call of Duty. When I first saw it, that's when I really got into it, and then I started off on there.
Do you think that playing video games can help as a stress reliever?
In a way, yes. You can entertain yourself, like having fun, staying there for hours without any interference, and it just helps you overall mentally.
Do you feel that you have developed any sort of skills from playing video games?
Yeah. Coordinations, awareness, instant reflexes. Like, it helps you be focused overall, especially in shooting games where you have to locate your opponent. You have to be very quick and sharp, because if you're not, you get killed in 1 second. And so you have to be very quick, steady, and stealthy.
Do you think that video games have had a positive influence on your life? If so, how?
Based on what you asked earlier about like being a positive influence, yeah, it kind of does. It helps me to like relieve stress, just take my mind off it, and it just helps me overall as a person. Don't know what else to add, but like, it just helps me to release what I have in my mind, and I don't have to think about anything else.
Do you think that playing video games have had a negative influence on your life? If so, how?
No negative influence.
All right, so when and how did you start playing video games?
I think when I was really young, my mom, I think when I was like 2 or 3, got us an N64, and I grew up. My first console was a Nintendo 64.
Do you think that playing video games can help to be a stress reliever?
Absolutely, I think that video games are a form of entertainment. They're a form of art. They're an art form that can absolutely, be a distraction from things going on in the world. Obviously, the pandemic that's going on is a distraction to watch do a lot of entertaining things like binging Netflix, watching things on YouTube, and obviously playing video games or maybe reading a book for some people. But video games can definitely be one of those things that you can have a long day at work, a long day at school. I've had moments like that where I come back, play a game or two, it calms me down, and then it makes me a lot more prepared and ready for the rest of the day.
Do you feel that you have developed any sort of skills from playing video games?
Social skills have definitely been enhanced. I definitely think, playing video games, whether that be a keyboard and mouse or a controller, can definitely enhance certain agility skills.
Do you think that playing video games has had a positive influence on your life?
Even still, at college, I don't spend a lot of time playing video games as much, but every time I do, it's usually to calm me down. That I could have a long day of classes that are draining and would be fixed or alleviated by a game or two of Call of Duty, baseball game I play on my Xbox. I definitely think that video games have had a positive impact on my life.
Have you ever thought that video games have had a negative influence on your life?
Looking back, I would say when I was a lot younger and didn't have the social skills to interact with other family members or even relate, because I am the youngest cousin on both sides of my immediate family. For a lot younger, I definitely maybe played video games at the wrong times, and that definitely had a negative impact on my well-being.
From my interviews, I found that 2 out of 3 subjects interviewed started their gaming career around 2 to 3 years old. All subjects believed that playing video games can be a stress reliever. All subjects believed they developed skills from playing video games. All subjects believed that playing video games have had a positive influence on their lives. All subjects believed that playing video games have not had a negative influence on their lives. Overall, my research and interviews prove that playing video games can have a positive impact on people's lives. So the next time you hear that video games have a detrimental effect on our society or culture, you might disagree and state that they can actually be beneficial.